Reviewing past year exam paper is a crucial part of preparing for your A-level. Let's start by looking at the May 2021 exam papers. And by analyzing these papers, you can understand the type of question asked, the exam format, and the key topics that are frequently tested. This practice will help you identify your strengths and weaknesses, improve your time management skill, and boost your confidence for the actual exam. Let's get into it. The diagram shows a mitochondrion drawn from an electron micrograph. The actual length of the mitochondrion using the line X to Y is 3000 mm. What is the magnification of the drawing of the mitochondrion? Let's look next page for further explanation. We use the formula for magnification equals to length in drawing divided by the actual length. For A, on number 1, magnification multiplied by 100, you get the value of 300 micrometer. For the magnification times 1000, you get the value of 3000 micrometer. For the magnifications times 10,000, we get the value of 30,000 micrometer. And for the magnifications times 100,000, we get the value of 300,000 micrometer. Typically, electron micrograph use magnification around times 10,000 for mitochondrion. So the answer will be C, which is multiplied by 10,000. A specimen of plant tissue is observed twice with a microscope. Firstly, using red light with a wavelength of 650 nm, and then using green light with a wavelength of 510 nm. What happens to the magnification and resolution when using green light compared to red light? Let's look into the explanation. When using a microscope, the magnification depends on the lenses and remain the same regardless of the light wavelength. However, the resolution improves with shorter wavelength. For example, given in the question, red light's wavelength is 650 nm, green light wavelength 550 nm. So, green light has a shorter wavelength than red light, which improves resolution. Therefore, magnification will remain the same and resolution will increase. Number 3, the electron micrograph shows a structure found in the cytoplasm of an animal cell. What is this cell structure? The cell structure that's shown in the diagram is the centrole. Which cell structure contains nucleic acid? The cell structure that contain nucleic acid are mitochondria, where they contain their own DNA, mitochondrial DNA. Ribosomes contain ribosomal RNA or rRNA. But for Golgi bodies and lysosomes do not contain nucleic acid. So the answer will be mitochondria and ribosome. 3 and 4. Which statement about mitochondria, chloroplasts, or prokaryotes are correct? The correct statement about mitochondria, chloroplasts, and prokaryotes are prokaryotes and chloroplasts have 7PS ribosomes that are the sites for translation and polypeptide synthesis. And prokaryotes and mitochondria have circular DNA where genes coding for informations are located. Number 6, the very large 100 and 1000 nm Pandora viruses found in Chile and Australia are considered to be viruses because they cannot replicate their own genome and make protein. They also share essential structural features with other viruses. What are the essential structural features of viruses? The essential structural features of viruses are: 1 is non-cellular, because viruses are not made up of cells. Number 2 is the protein code. It's also known as capsid, which encases their genetic material. Either DNA or RNA, viruses have genetic material, either DNA or RNA, but not both. So the correct answer will be 1, 2, and 4. The sample of food was heated with Benedict solution, which changed color to green. The second sample of the same food was boiled with dilute hydrochloric acid and neutralized using sodium hydrogen carbonate. It was then heated with Benedict solution, which changed color to red. What did this result show? It shows that reducing sugar present and also not reducing sugar present. So the answer will be C. Which pair of molecules only include macromolecules that can be found in animal cells? To determine which pair includes macromolecule found only in animal cells, let's go through the answer one by one. Amylase and amylopectin found in plant and animals. Collagen and glycogen found only in animals. Deoxyribose and starch found in both plants and animals. Sucrose and hemoglobin. Sucrose is primarily in plant, but hemoglobin in animals. So the correct answer will be collagen and glycogen. Homogalacturonane is a polysaccharide found in a plant cell wall. The diagram shows a molecule of the monomer used to form homogalacturonane. The students study the structure of this monomer and compare it with the structure of the monomer used to form syllabus, which carbon atoms in the monomer in the diagram have hydroxyl groups arranged in different positions to those found in the syllabus monomer. So the answer will be carbon 1 and carbon 4. Which statement is correct for triglycerides and phospholipid? For triglyceride and phospholipid is correct for phospholipid but not triglyceride. A phosphate group is joined to a glycerol molecule. B, hydrocarbon change may be saturated or unsaturated. This is correct for both, where hydrocarbon chains can be saturated or unsaturated. And C, they are polar molecules. Phospholipid are polar, but their triglyceride are non-polar. And D, they contain 3 ester bonds. Only triglyceride contain 3 ester bonds. Phospholipid contain 2. The correct answer for this question would be hydrocarbon chains may be saturated or unsaturated. 11. Which description of collagen is correct? The correct is a collagen molecule consists of 3 polypeptide chains, and each of which is an alpha helix. The 3 chains are wound tightly together into a triple helix. Many of the triple helices bind together as a fiber. Number 12, in a healthy human, the mean value for the number of hemoglobin molecules in one red blood cells is 260 million. How many alpha globin chains does one red blood cell contain in a healthy human? To get this value, you got to analyze that each hemoglobin molecule contains 2 alpha globin chains. Number of hemoglobin molecules per red blood cells given in the questions is 260 million. Therefore, the number of alpha globin chain per red blood cells is 2 times 2.6 times 10 to the power of 8 to get the value of 5.2 times 10 to the power of 8. Number 13, which statement about a peptide bond are correct? Let's evaluate each statement about the peptide bond. It contains 2 monomers which are always identical to each other. This is incorrect because peptide bond join amino acid which can be different. Number 2, it contains 4 different atoms. It's also incorrect. A peptide bond contains atoms from the peptide linkage, which is carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, and hydrogen. And it can be broken by the addition of water at room temperature. This is correct. This happened during the process of hydrolysis. And it is important in the primary structure of protein. This is also correct because peptide bond that link amino acid in a protein primary structure. So the correct answer will be 3 and 4, none from the above. Which graph correctly shows the activated energy of reaction when an enzyme is added? This will be the answer for 14 is D. The enzyme lactase is found in the membrane of epithelial cells lining the small intestine. And the enzyme is formed by a single peptide that folds to give three regions. Okay, an active site with the free amino acid outside the cells. The environment is aqueous, so the amino acid need to be hydrophilic to interact with water. And when a short site inside the membrane, the environment is lipid-based, so the amino acid need to be hydrophobic to interact with the lipid bilayer. And inside the cell, cytoplasm, the environment is aqueous, so the amino acid need to be hydrophilic to interact with water. So the answer is A. A student wrote 3 statements about cell signaling. The signal chemical always have the same shape as a protein receptor on the target cell. An increase in temperature may decrease the effect of cells to cell signaling. A mutation may decrease production of active protein receptor for the cell surface membrane. Which statement is correct? The correct one is 2 and 3, which is an increase in temperature may decrease the effect of cell and cell signaling. And also, a mutation may decrease production of active protein receptor for the cell surface membrane, because a mutation can lead to decreased production of active protein receptor on the cell surface, impairing cell signaling. The answer will be 2 and 3. At which stages of mitosis are chromosomes composed of 2 chromatids that are held together by a centromere? The correct answer is metaphase and phosphase. For phosphate, chromosomes condense and are composed of 2 sister chromatids that held together by a centromere, and the metaphase, chromosome align at the cell equator, still composed of 2 sister chromatids joined by a centromere. During anaphase, the chromatids separate, and in telophase, they are already separated. The jellyfish Teratopsis doni is described as being immortal. If T. doni is not eaten by predator or disease, it seems to be able to live forever. There is no way to determine the biological age of the T. doni individual. Which features of the cells in T. doni could explain this observation? The feature that explain the jellyfish Teratopsis doni apparently immortality is an ability to restore telomere to their original length. Because telomere are protective caps at the end of chromosome that shorten with each cell division, leading to aging, T. doni can restore its telomere, preventing this shortening and thus avoiding aging. Number 19. Some chemicals used to stop tumor growth work by preventing the DNA double helix from uncoiling and separating. During which stage of the cell cycle would they react? These chemicals act during interphase. This is because DNA replication, which require the DNA double helix to uncoil and separate, occur during the phase of interphase. Number 20. Polypeptide ABCD each consists of 3 phosphate groups, a nitrogenous base, and a pentose sugar. Characteristic of the base and sugar component before they are joined to form each nucleotide are shown in the table. And which nucleotide could pair with the adenine base during DNA replication? The answer would be D. Ring structure of nitrogenous base is a single, and the ratio of carbon to oxygen atom in pentose sugar will be 5:4. 21. The statement describes the process of translation. The correct order in which the process of translation takes place is mRNA bind to the ribosome, which is number 3, and tRNA enter the ribosome carrying a specific amino acid, which is number 4, and hydrogen bond formed between the anticodon and the codon, which is number 1, and a peptide bond formed between adjacent amino acid. This means that 3, 4, 2, and 1. 22. The sequence of amino acid in a section of a polypeptide. What is the correct sequence of mRNA condon for this polypeptide section? So, the correct sequence of mRNA condon for the polypeptide section is B. CAU, CCU, GAC, COA. This reason B is histidine, possible DNA triplet code is CPA or CPG, which is translate to mRNA condon becomes CAU. Proline, possible DNA triplet code is GGA, GGG, translate to mRNA condon becomes CAU, and proline, possible DNA triplet code GGA, GGG, translate to mRNA condon becomes CCU, and aspartic acid, possible DNA triplet code CPA, CPG, translate to mRNA condon GAC, and leucine, possible DNA triplet code GAP, GAC, translate to mRNA condon CUU. 23. What contributes to the outward movement of water in the xylem vessels of a plant? The outward movement of water in a xylem vessel of the plant is due to cohesion of water molecule by hydrogen bonding. Water molecules stick to each other through hydrogen bond, creating a continuous column of water that can be pulled up the plant. Number 2 is excision of water molecule to the solvent's wall of xylem vessels by hydrogen bonding. Water molecules also stick to the wall of the xylem vessels, helping to resist the downward pull of gravity. And number 3, removal of water from xylem vessels in the leaf reduces the hydrostatic pressure in the xylem. When water evaporates from the leaf transpiration, it creates a negative pressure tension that pulls more water away from the root. So the correct answer, all of 3 factors contribute to the movement of water in the xylem. So the correct answer will be 1, 2, and 3. 24. The diameter of a tree trunk usually decreases slightly during the day, which changes the environment factors during the day could cause the diameter to decrease even more. This question is a repeated question focus for May 2021. So the answer will be D, which is increased light intensity, increased wind speed, and increased temperature. The diagram shows a transverse section of a stem. Which area is the folium? The answer will be B. The diagram shows a xerophytic leaf in a different condition P and Q. Which statement describes the difference between the cell in the layer Y in condition P and Q? The answer will be more negative water potential in P and Q, and more cells plasmolyzed in P. Different substances such as sucrose and amino acid can move in different directions in folium sieve tube element, which statement explains this. Mass flow occur in different directions in different folium sieve tube element at the same time. This can be explained through in the folium, different sieve tube element can transport substances in opposite directions simultaneously. This will allow sucrose and amino acid to move where they are needed throughout the plant. 28. The statement lists some of the events in the cardiac cycle. The statements are not in the correct order. Which statement describes the fourth of this event to occur in the cardiac cycles? The correct is the third event in the cardiac cycle based on the correct order. So let's look the correct sequence of event will be the sinoatrial node contract, a wave of excitation sweep across the atria, and then the atria contract, and then the atrioventricular nodes delay the impulse for the fraction of a second. Number 5, the impulse travels through kidney tissue. 6, the wave of excitation sweep upward from the base of the ventricle. And 7, the ventricle contracts. 29, which role correctly identifies component of the limb and tissue fluid? The correct answer will be B, antibody present in both limb and tissue fluid, red blood cells absence in both limb and tissue fluid, and sodium ion present in both limb and tissue fluid, and white blood cell present in both limb and tissue fluid. And which row is correct for the mean blood pressure in different parts of the human circulatory system? The answer will be A, which is right atrium will be the lowest mean blood pressure. Artery in arms will be highest mean blood pressure. Vein in the arms will be in the category of 2 in the middle, and the capillary in arms is also in the category of more towards to the highest. 31. Which mechanism account for the way most of the carbon dioxide is transported in the blood? The correct answer will be carbon dioxide is converted to hydrogen carbonate ion inside red blood cells. This can be explained through when the carbon dioxide is converted to hydrogen carbonate ion inside red blood cells, most carbon dioxide is transported in the blood by being converted to bicarbonate ions inside red blood cells. 32. The graph shows the disassociation curve for hemoglobin at two different partial pressure of carbon dioxide. At which position of the graph ABCD is the concentration of hemoglobin as it lowest in the red blood cells? The answer will be C. The table shows the partial pressure of carbon dioxide and oxygen into blood vessel, which explain the difference in the partial pressure of oxygen in the pulmonary artery and pulmonary vein. The answer will be oxygen diffuses from the alveoli into the blood into the capillaries. Which graph shows the effect of carbon monoxide on the percentage saturation of hemoglobin with the oxygen? The answer will be graph A. Which row show the correct methods of transmission of the name pathogen? The correct answer is B, which is airborne droplet is mycobacteria, which causes tuberculosis spread through the air when an infected person cough or sneeze. And then insect vector will be plasmodium, causes malaria, which is spread by mosquito bites, and through water, vibro, which is causes cholera, spread through contaminated water. Which disease is caused by the eukaryote? The correct answer will be cholera. Sorry, the answer will be malaria. Malaria is caused by eukaryotic organism, specifically a protozoan parasite from the genus Plasmodium. What is the initial mechanism by which bacteria become resistant to antibody? So the answer will be genetic mutation. Genetic mutation can be explained. Bacteria become resistant to antibiotic initially through genetic mutation that can occur randomly. And number 39, what are the functions of T lymphocytes? Yes, the function of T lymphocytes is produce cytokine and they recognize antigen, bounds to antigen, which is presenting cells. So the answer will be 1 and 3. Number 39, what is the correct about the role of memory cells in the long-term immunity? 39 will be, the answer will be 1, 2, and 4. They divide to form plasma cells and memory cells when the pathogen enter the body by the second time. Memory cells can quickly proliferate into more memory cells and plasma cells upon re-exposure to the same pathogen. Plasma cells produce antibody to fight off the pathogen. They produce a fast response so that the person infected with the pathogen does not become ill again. The rapid response of memory cells ensure that the body can quickly neutralize the pathogen, often presenting illness. And 4, they remain in the blood and lymphatic system after the pathogen has been destroyed. Memory cells persist in the body for a long time, sometimes for a long time, providing long-term immunity by remembering the pathogen Statement 3 is not entirely correct because memory cells themselves do not produce antibody. Instead, they differentiate into plasma cells that produce antibody. And the primary differences in the secondary response is the speed and magnitude, not necessarily the total amount of antibody produced at any moment. So the answer will be 1, 2, and 4. And number 40, which event result in a person developing actively acquired immunity? There will be, the correct answer is 1, becoming infected by TB bacteria. And number 3 is receiving an injection of antigen. Number 1 can be explained through when a person is infected by the pathogen like TB bacteria, the immune system actively respond by creating memory cells and antibody, which is lead to actively acquire immunity. And number 3, receiving an injection of antigen can be explained when a person is given a vaccine containing antigen, the immune system is stimulated to produce a response, and which also lead to actively acquire immunity. But for the drinking breast milk and receiving an injection of antibody, provide passive immunity, not active immunity. In passive immunity, the person receives antibody directly rather than producing them through their own immune response. That's all for today's presentation. Hope you subscribe to Jones W YouTube channel. And just as a conclusion, by leveraging past examination papers, you can enhance your understanding, improve your exam technique, and ultimately achieve better results. Thank you very much for your attention, and best of luck in your studies and upcoming examination.